Pat Orji tells Tinubu to organize rallies to apologize to Nigerians instead. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. Considering the abysmal and woeful performance of the ruling party, the All Progressives Congress, Prof Pat Orji has come out to state that the All Progressive Congress ought to be organizing rallies to apologize to Nigerians, rather than grandstanding and positioning itself for another electoral contest. The leader of the Big Ten, the political consortium pushing for the election of Labour Party's presidential candidate, Peter Obi, gave a historical account of how the All Progressive Congress manifesto was drafted in his Lagos home and bemoaned the dishonesty of the All Progressive Congress stalwarts who, rather than adhere to the manifesto document, shamelessly jettisoned it without any form of remorse. He told me explained that because of the degradation of governance by the All Progressive Congress and the major opposition, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, support for transactional politics, handing over the reins of presidential power to any of the two political parties would definitely be a disaster for Nigeria. He said the Nigerian people have spoken and they have said that they are tired of this old order. They will wait for us to release our manifesto, then they will copy it, add some things and come out and shout this is a manifesto, but in their heads they have no plans to implement them. They have all the monies they've taken from a treasury. They will use it to make the flash of all the things. I wrote the last one manifesto and I'm saying to you, they did not implement the things we wrote. In fact, at some point they said, who said we promised that? We did not promise it. It is some people who wrote it and called it our manifesto. We must hold people accountable. And the last part of the news that I am falling in love, or I fell in love recklessly with, is the part that said we must hold people accountable. And that is it. I think it should be put into our constitution that after your civil responsibility of coming out to vote, that is your number one civil responsibility. After, of course, you're a patriotic citizen. Then your number second or number two civic responsibility is to hold people in power, people who you have mandated power to, people who you have voted for, is to hold them accountable. If you ask me, I would say this law should be this bill should be signed into law. The bill, whereas as you are retiring or your tenure is over in office, whether they vote you out or you use your tenure complete, 3 to 6 months you're going nowhere, there's actually an auditioning committee who will, what you don't do, most especially the monetary aspects, make sure that one kobo no follow you, they come out. I'm telling you, if one kobo, if they eventually find funds, as in they don't check, they can't notice see this amount of money they miss, and you are not able to provide, Shugbo, it's not a big deal. They will confiscate your properties. It should be signed into the bill. It should be signed into law. They will confiscate your properties, and it does not care if you're the president. It does not care whether no be you. So far, say you did that money loss, meaning say you don't have any option than to hold people around you accountable. You don't have any option than to make sure you pick people who you can hold accountable. Do you understand? In various ministries, they hold you accountable. They confiscate your property. They sell them. This is not a matter of water. You understand? Or lease it out and get the funds. They confiscate it. What's it called? Lease it out or sell it out. Get our money from it. After even getting our money, you go to jail. You will go to jail for mismanagement of public funds. If you put this kind of a bill, if this kind of a bill is signed into law, it will make governors, local government chairman, it will make presidents, councillors. If you are in any elective position, you have no other choice than to make sure that you hold people around you accountable. Meaning, if you are someone, maybe, for instance, you're a local government chairman and you have given money to attend to maybe some issues, you will monitor it to the last. This one is not a matter of you give order, you raise up your leg, you place it on the table, and you say, go. No. You monitor it down to the last. I tell you, to me, and we should make sure they enforce it. And of course, we're not going to have a government that does not obey court order. If you not obey court order, they fling you out. Apart, as in, just like court could give, okay, this person is guilty of this, and maybe do this, or maybe they say bring this particular building that you don't bring them, or which one do I use? Release this person, you don't release, or what's it called? Release this person, you don't release, or arrest this person, you don't arrest. No. If you not do, and they go do you so, as in, you go get more bigger crime to pay for. That is how it's supposed to be. So that these people have it in their head, though, that as the time goes on, it is not even going to be towards the end of the tenure. They'll be bringing every year. They bring person who can audition for them, check whether there's loopholes, any loopholes there. Then go trace and then go hold people there accountable. That is the only way we can get people accountable in all the hierarchies of power. It is the only way we can, because that is the only way. And if you start having people who are held accountable, who are responsible for their actions, they know that, oh, I get things, as in, if you do this one, if you mess up, they're responsible. Then everybody will sit up. Nigeria will not be a better place. Then it's not even from ministries down to small areas. If somebody will say you do anyhow, maybe like in an organization now. In an organization, there's a new rule. You understand? They will communicate to HODs. First of all, they will communicate to managers. If it is a big organization that is, everywhere they have branches. They communicate to branch, regional manager, from regional manager to branch, from branch manager to that particular, branch manager will call the manager of that particular branch. From there, you go call other people, head of departments. Now, if anything, at the top level, if anything happens, maybe say the law where they bring, they know they see the effects, then go hold the regional manager of different states or different region. The regional manager will hold branch manager. The branch manager will now do what? As in, everybody will sit up. That is what I mean. And that is how we get things done in this country. Okay, Pat Orji. Okay, well, he accepts even one of his foot soldiers, Oshebaba, had admitted they failed Nigerians. So of course, APC come outside and tell you they failed Nigerians. Never. They will not do it. Prof Orji, a mad professor of economics, you are the one who wrote the APC manifesto. You cannot write for P2B, the butchery movement, in which you're one of the major promoters. You said on TV that Adebanjo attended several meetings in your house to agree that the 2023 presidential election of the zone to the south is without the knowledge of Yoruba traditional rulers, Yoruba politicians. Yoruba proverb says they know barb someone's head in his absence. You will surely carry wahala in Lagos if you are leaving when you're working against Yorubas, you're benefiting in our land. I don't understand. What is working against Yorubans? Hey, are you really serious? So person supports who may be, just like you say, so working, because I'm not supporting your person, mean I'm working against you. No, now. That's not being civilized, and that's not being democratic. All right, on this note, you've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of the day.